You absolutely love a PR stunt, don't you? That's one of your favourite things.
I love an adventure.
Yes.
I mean, PR stunts per se. I mean, if I'm going to fly around the world in a balloon, I'm going to have Virgin on the side and, not British Airways on the side.
Well, you've got a lovely little running feud with BA.
Yeah, there was occasion where BA ran a big Dirty Tricks campaign against Virgin, which some people might be old enough to remember.
Yes.
And we won a major court case against them, and we happened to win at Christmas time, and it was we had the largest libel damages in history, and we distributed amongst all our staff, and it became known as the British Airways Christmas bonus. And not so long afterwards, they decided to sponsor the London Eye, and the London Eye was flat on the ground, waiting to be put up, and British Airways' name was going to be on it. And I got a call at 6 a.m. in the morning saying they had a technical problem. And, well, we just happened to own an airship company. So I rang up the airship company, which was just outside London, and I asked them to scramble an airship. And all the world's press were there to see this eye go up, and the airship flew over the eye.
We've actually got a photo. Look at that.
Anyway. Yeah, we got the headlines, BA didn't. So
Last week was Black Friday. Here's how the world reacted.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And this is what happened here.
It's not very busy, is it? Been camped outside for a week. I missed my daughter's wedding for this, because I don't... Oh, well. Oh, no. Oh, I've left my cash card at home.
In fact, there was only one fight on Black Friday. It was at Oxford Circus, and it must have been a pretty big one, because Ollie Murs was in a shop half a mile away, and he got the fear big time. Fuck! Everyone get out! Selfridges, now! Gunshots! I'm inside. And what happened next? Pandemonium.
There was no gunman and there were no gunshots. Yet this was the panic among shoppers at Oxford Circus as police dealt with an incident on the Underground in rush hour on Black Friday.
Poor Ollie just got a bit scared. It's understandable. London is so tense at the moment. If a balloon pops, you're like, fuck you, ISIS! He was clearly trying to help, but Piers Morgan lost his shit. And what followed was the most beautiful Twitter spiral that I have ever seen. Piers Morgan started it with this. Listen, Ollie, when you have millions of followers, be very careful what you tweet. There were no shots. In fact, nothing happened at all. So you stirred extra needless panic by tweeting false information. To which James Blunt said, from the man who published fake Iraqi torture pictures. Can it get weirder? Yes, it can. The Real Madrid midfielder, Toni Kroos, liked this, to which Piers Morgan said, you stay out of this, Kroos, if you know what's good for you. Then, from nowhere, ex-Liverpool player Kolo Touré told Morgan to shut the fuck up, to which Morgan said, I'd be this angry too if my younger brother was better at football than me. Then Kolo ended the entire conversation with, is this a comeback? I told you to shut the fuck up. That is how England does Black Friday. Sat in an armchair, arguing on Twitter. And it's that funny thing, because everyone thinks that touring is just sex, drugs, rock and roll. It's just the idea that this bloke's testing himself.
You think it's rock and roll, but ironically, the most rock and roll people that I've met are the least rock and roll people that you think. Like
Who is the most rock and roll person you've met?
Do you know what? A lot of the late 90s, 2000 boy band people that I met, like you know...
Talking Five?
I haven't met... Oh, I've met some of Five. No, but I...
Who's the wild ones?
I don't want to tell tales out of school, but, like, okay. I'm just saying all the people that you don't think are getting up to shit. Really? Yeah.
But see, now we're going to sort of try and guess who they are.
I feel like I'm putting my foot in shit.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Like,
The problem is what I've found recently about coming on to do interviews. It's like the next day there's like 4 different Daily Mail headlines.
Right.
Like, yeah, I always like...
Does that piss you off?
I'm sure it pisses off the people that I put under the bus, yeah.
You seem like such a, like, upbeat guy. What annoys you? What are your peeves?
Entitled people.
Yes.
I hate... and especially, like, I find it a lot in my business. Wealthy people who think they're entitled. And so we make it a very clear thing. Like, most people do paid for meet and greets, and you can sell the front seat and front seats, and there's like a VIP package, and like we've always been very vocal about not doing that because I think
correct.
Well, yeah, I just think
absolutely.
I just think it's a bit weird to like offer someone whose dad's richer the chance to do something that you So like that's what pisses me off, and when people come and be like, I'll buy the front row. I'll give you this amount of money. And you're like, you know, no, like, and that's what pisses people that think they can just buy.
Yeah. Now, one of the major talking points was, of course, the heckle.
Just as she was finding her stride, out of the corner of her eye, a piece of paper was proffered. In the buttoned-up guise of a Tory activist, stand-up comedian Simon Brodkin handing her a fake P45.
You know she's going to go to one of his gigs and heckle him. Hey, Brodkin, what's red, white and blue? Your ass after a night in prison. Yeah! You'll be doing porridge, they'll be stirring yours. Yeah! You feel me? I just lit a man's head. People were saying it was the most disgusting thing that happened at the conference. Bullshit! Did anyone else see this guy leaving? That is a nasty itch. So, I don't know if you saw, but there was a big Twitter spat this week between Ollie Murs and Piers Morgan.
Yes.
Have you ever been involved in any Twitter feuds?
Not really. I wouldn't say a Twitter feud. I've had a couple of trolls come at me.
Have you?
Yeah.
What are they trolling you with?
Bang! I've had a couple. Just, you know, they're just nutters just come on and say stuff. And the thing is, I respond to them sometimes. And, you know, you ignore the compliments and then go attack the person who's mean to you.
Yeah.
My teeth cause a lot of upset on the internet sometimes if I smile too much. Bloody showing your teeth, you gums! Or, like... or people get really annoyed that I look like Rob Beckett. You're Rob Beckett with a wig! You know, they just get angry.
Jesus, but it's like, who goes out of their way to be upset?
Just little toxic little rat bags just sitting at home, you know. I feel sorry. You've got to feel sorry for them a bit, you know. I think not feeding them is a way to...
So how do you deal with it?
You know what? I'm not great. If I've had a drink, I've been known to say, fuck off, like, you know, literally, and then my sisters will phone me and go, delete that. It looks bad. It's 3 in the morning and you're rowing with a man with literally no followers. For your honour.
Yeah.
How dare you!
It's good. I just don't engage in it.
It's a better way. I don't really engage now. I think it is that. It's just negging. It's people coming out looking for attention. And the thing is...
Negging is very different from pegging.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how you get the Twitter trolls back. Threaten them with your peg photo, you just do. Yeah? You think my teeth are bad? Check that out. My favourite story of the week was definitely this.
Now, if 2020 felt weird, welcome to 2021, when Nicki Minaj's world collided with Chris Whitty. England's chief medical officer was today asked at the Downing Street press conference for his professional opinion on a series of anti-vax tweets posted by the pop star.
In my view, they should be ashamed.
Whitty versus Minaj. What a battle of minds. Chris Whitty, famous for saying, please don't delay your vaccine. Nicki Minaj, famous for saying, this pussy clean, this pussy squeaky, that pussy old, that pussy creaky. Chris says, masks help protect other people. Nicki says, maybe it's time to put the pussy on your sideburns. They're very different people. So why the beef? Well, it all started when Nicki sent this tweet. My cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. Wow. A, you don't get swollen balls from the vaccine. And B, that has got to be the worst way to be jilted ever. Imagine that, entering the church, your bollocks in a wheelbarrow. She just looks at you and goes, nah. What I want to know, how swollen were they? Were the ushers holding them? Did he bounce in like a space hopper? Did he teabag the vicar? Amazingly, it didn't end with Chris Whitty. Look who else got dragged into this saga.
I'm not familiar with the works of, or not as familiar with the works of Nicki Minaj as I probably should be.
He prefers Cardi B. I'm told... It's true, I'm a whap chap. So... I'm 41. So... Was that the end of it? Nope. Nicki sent Boris this insane voice note.
Hello, Prime Minister Boris. It's Nicki Minaj. I was just calling to tell you that I thought you were so amazing on the news this morning. And I'm actually British. I was born there. I went to university there. I went to Oxford. I went to school with Margaret Thatcher.
You didn't, Nicki. Margaret Thatcher was born in 1925. She famously said, the lady's not for turning. You said, let 'em eat my arse like a cupcake. What, like eat half and give rest to the dog? I don't know how to do that. How freaked out would you be if somebody went, I want you to eat my arse? OK, that's fairly full on as it is. Like a pudding. That would be weird if a bloke went, I want you to suck my dick like an apple crumble. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't it be great if Boris sent a voice message back to Nicki? Wouldn't that be great? Nicki! I didn't know you went to Oxford. Do you know Bunty Timpson? His balls were huge too. Anyway, I gotta go. Someone's eating my ass like a cupcake. Bye! Did you hear about Jussie Smollett?
He cast himself as victim, but today Jussie Smollett became the accused, charged with staging a racist, homophobic attack on himself.
He claims he was beaten up for being black and gay, but it turns out that may all be bollocks. And you can see why people don't believe him. I mean, he claims he fought back against his attackers, calling himself the gay Tupac. Who gives themselves nicknames in the middle of a fight? Don't mess with me, mate. I'm the bisexual Ed Sheeran. You want to watch out? I'm the lesbian Gary Barlow, and I am. Oh, no, I'd handle myself. Hey! Now, not only that, according to prosecutors, Jussie Smollett rehearsed his own assault. Fucking actors. Just look to me for the changes, everybody, and punch and kick and pivot and ready. Scene. I'm confident. I'm really confident. Now, what's crazy, look at the reason the police say he did all this.
This stunt was orchestrated by Smollett because he was dissatisfied with his salary.
Faking an assault to get more money. It's the worst negotiation ever. Give me some more cash or I'm gonna fuck me right up. Do you know the maddest thing? He's minted. Smollett makes $100,000 per episode on Empire. It looks bad, but if it's true, complaining that 100 grand isn't enough, faking a hate crime, stoking racial tensions. Christ, who's doing his PR, this lady? Now, go in. Whether you think she should be allowed back or not, I think we can all agree, zip it. Every interview, fucking zip it real good. Now, from a fake fight to a real one.
Things got rather heated between British boxer Anthony Joshua and the US's Jarrell Miller at a news conference at Madison Square Garden.
Heated? Not really. Here's Anthony Joshua's slam.
He's the softest puncher in the heavyweight division.
Here's Jarrell Miller's creepy comeback.
You have no idea. I breathe, eat, sleep Anthony Joshua. I got a picture of him as my screensaver, Anthony Joshua. I got a picture on my wall, Anthony Joshua. I wake up in the morning, I think Anthony Joshua.
I think you may be in love with Anthony Joshua. I eat Anthony Joshua. I sleep Anthony Joshua. I hide in the bins and film Anthony Joshua. Some people, wrongly, were saying it's the worst slam in boxing history. No! That honour belongs to Derek Chisora.
How'd you beat this man?
Oh, it's like this, man. Have you ever taken those pills, the laxative pills? You know, the ones you take, you pop, and you wait for 20 minutes to go to the toilet, and they go through you? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go through this man.
It's a bit of a weird analogy.
I love it. It's the look, the pause, it's the perfect comeback. Bit of a weird analogy. Can it get better? Yes, it can.
Everybody knew exactly what I was talking about.
No, they didn't. There's 1 week until the election, and Boris Johnson can't even be asked to turn up to debates.
The Tories complain to Ofcom as Channel 4 replaces Boris Johnson with a melting ice cube in its climate debate.
They replaced him with an ice cube. Surely they should have gone with this. It gets worse. His dad rocked up to do it for him. What, is he 5 years old? Boris, debate time. Dad! Pathetic. We all do stuff we don't want to do. I've been on the fucking One Show. Twice. Who lets their dad do their job?
He's an absolute fucking disgrace.
It wasn't just his papa. He sent Michael Gove, a man who looks like he's having a permanent rectal exam. A man so dedicated to lies, he married a Daily Mail journalist. Did you see him trying to barge his way in?
We're expecting you.
Hello.
How are you? I'm Ed from Channel 4 News.
Hi, Ed. Hi. Will you be able to put me on the debate floor tonight?
No! You weren't invited. You can't just rock up to do a TV show if you haven't been asked. And thank Christ for that, or my mum would have been in every episode of Luther. All right, Jess. Don't mind me. I'm just going to sit in the corner and just look at you, Jess. If you can't find the killer, you can always chain me up. It was ridiculous. Look, I really got into that then. I nearly said out loud, I really got into my mum then, and thank God I didn't. The point I'm making, it was ridiculous. Look at the reason Gove claimed he should have been allowed on.
It was a leader's debate. It's as simple as that. You're not the leader.
Well, as Stanley said, I am a leader.
You're not the leader! A and the completely changed the meaning. There's a massive difference between the Queen and a Queen. It's completely different. This guy's the shit. And this is a shit. It wasn't just Channel 4. Gove had a pop at Stormzy after the rapper urged his followers to vote Labour. He rang up the radio to diss him.
All I would say is that he's a far, far better rapper than he is political analyst.
Then, like an embarrassing vicar, he tweeted this. I set trends, dem man copy. It's so cringy, isn't it?
Tell Stormzy I'll pop a cap inside his bottom. He's an absolute waste man.
Set trends. If you set trends, we'd all be clapping like this. It looks like my mum watching Luther.